Hi everybody, Coach Steve here. Hope you have had a great week and are ready to get to another Olympic themed workout for week 22. Now, as we did last week, we introduced some movements from the sports of volleyball, track, paddling, swimming, gymnastics. We're able to actually use many of those movements to cross-train for the winter sports that you participate in, and many of you probably do multiple sports, so summer and winter games. So there's a great crossover, and also it just makes things a little spicier and allows us to have a little bit of fun as we enter into the next phase of the training that you're going through, as we're now more than halfway there towards the winter games. So I'm really excited to get to this week's workout. So let's address some of the pieces of equipment that we're going to use. We're going to be using our sliders, and we're going to need a towel as well as our water handy. And if you have a little bit of a hurdle or a cone, I'm going to use my cones today. They're not really necessary, but we're going to use these for one of the exercises to give us a little bit of an obstacle or a challenge, if you will. So with that all being said, let's get to our warm-up. We're going to be using our lunge sequence as we usually do, and we're really going to focus on those long arms. And as my arms are moving through my lunge, I'm going to allow my eyes to follow my hands as I step forward, and then obviously as I step back as well. And I'm going to have those eyes follow, which is going to lead to more of a stretch. So let's get to it. We're going to do 4 on the left, 4 on the right. So I'm stepping forward, I'm reaching up and stretching. I'm feeling a great stretch through my hip flexors and through my abdominals, and then I'm going to step back and reach down at the ground, and as I do that, I feel a great stretch through my hamstring and lower back, and up again, and we can pick up the pace a little. That's 2, and 3, and 4. Great. Let's switch sides. That's 1, 2. Again, I'm allowing my eyes to follow my hands. Last 1. Great. Okay. Now let's take that to a side-to-side motion. And as we do that, we're going to reach our hands to the opposite side of our lunge. Okay, so 4 to the left, 4 to the right. You're going to have those arms nice and long. My ceiling is going to prevent me from doing that, so I'm going to start short and then lengthen. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to take it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. And shaking it out a little. Now we have our transverse or rotational step, where we're going to have our hands at shoulder height. We're going to step away and rotate. So if I turn sideways here to show you, we're going to step and rotate, and again, my eyes are going to follow those fingers. Okay. That's 2, 3, and last 1. 4. Great. Other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. Let's shake that out and get a little bit of a running on the spot for 30 seconds. Getting those hands moving, knees moving, and you can just move forward, and you can turn around, do a little circle, Nice and light on those feet. And a little forward, a little backward. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake that out. I hope you're feeling a little warmed up, ready to rock. Let's have a little bit of a drink. Okay, now, I am very limited with what I can do for this first exercise. So what we're gonna need, if you have it, is a little more overhead. If you cannot find a space where you can jump with your arms in the sky, then obviously shorten your jump, may not even actually use those arms all the way for our block. But the actual skill that we're going to be working off of is volleyball. So beach volleyball. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little semi-squat. We're ready. We're going to have a little bit of side step and then jump. And you're going to jump as high as you can. Obviously, again, be careful of your overhead height. If you can't actually extend those arms, then you can just bring them up and really just kind of jump more with your legs. But we're looking for that nice explosive launch off the ground. So hopefully you've got more room to work with than I do. We've got 10 of these. We'll end up doing 5 to the right, 5 to the left. So again, we're just in that athletic ready position. We're gonna take a little side step and jump, a little side step and jump. All right, here we go. My athletic ready position. My hands are up, a little shuffle, jump, shuffle. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great stuff. Shaking that out. Even without all of that height, I still feel like I'm getting a good activation of my legs, my glutes, my core to help through that. All right. Now, as I mentioned, I was going to use my cones for this. And really, if you had a hurdle, something that you can step over, that's what we're essentially doing. So we're going to be standing sideways to our hurdle. We're going to lift one leg up, pretend we're stepping over that fence, bring the other leg up. The whole time we're looking to keep nice stable core and proud chest. So 10 in total, 5 to the left, 5 to the right. Here we go. So stepping up, it's 1, 2, 3. Again, those high knees, trying not to tilt your body as we go. So we don't want to have that tilt. And great. Stepping up and over. Gets those hip flexors and hip rotators working. Let's call that 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Shaking that out. Now, let's grab those towels. And we're going to get to a little swimming. And I know that many of you are swimmers as well as winter sport athletes. So what we're going to do is a little breaststroke. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have our arms out in front. We're going to bring them back through our recovery. We're going to push them out in front. If I come forward so that you can see this actually. We're going to lift ourselves up, bring through, and our recovery, and up, and our recovery. So we're going to execute that 20 seconds. And I'm going to actually turn back to the other side as it just allows me a little more motion and movement. So again, lifting everything up and through. That's 1, 20 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Great. I'm sure you can feel that through your spinal erectors and your shoulders, your glutes as you're getting those legs up. All great back posterior core activation. Okay, now we're going to get the anterior a little bit. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to take our sliders, we're going to execute a little bit of an iron cross. So the way that that's going to look is I'm going to be on my back, got my arms out at my sides, and I'm going to push my hands into the ground as I sit up. I'm going to slide those across. We're going to extend those back as we go, and we're going to use those hands to pull ourselves up. All right, so we've got 10 of these. Let's get to it. That's one. Sliding those arms, engaging those lats. 2. Pushing those hands in to help your core engage. And 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one. 10. Great work. I like that exercise a lot. We could speed that up, slow that down even more if we wanted to, depending upon what we're trying to get out of that. And now we have our gymnastics skill. And we're going to work with the airplane. So we're going to balance on one leg, arms at our side, and then as we go out, we'll go into an arm airplane position and then back to neutral. Okay, so if I face forward, arms at our sides, start to lean forward, get to that airplane position, nice and flat, and back. All right, this one we're gonna execute left leg or right leg this time. When we come back around, we'll get the other side. All right, so I'm gonna start with my left. We've got 10. Here we go. So dropping down, nice long and flat, and then back up to neutral. That's 1. 2. 3. Squeezing those shoulder blades. 4. 5. 6. You may find that the faster you move, the easier it is for you to control that position. Momentum helps you. So if you want to slow it down, creates a little bit more of a balance challenge. Although the faster you go, you need to decelerate that momentum so that you can stop in the right position. Both ways are very effective in improving our control. And last one. Great stuff. Shaking that out. All right, so now we're going to be using our towels, as I mentioned earlier. If you excuse me, I'm going to walk into the camera and grab another towel. And we are going to pretend that we are canoeing. So I'm just going to grab my mat here for my knee. And what we're going to do is we've got this great forward lunge position. We're going to have our towel. We're going to squeeze those shoulders back. Going to have resistance or tension on that towel. Always trying to almost pull it apart. And as we do, we're going to start high and we're going to come forward and we're going to dig in. And then we're going to lift that hand up, come across, dig in, come up. And as we do that, you're going to see that as I go to dig in, my body's going forward so that I can pull back. I'm driving forward to pull back. Okay, so 10 times, much like that last exercise. We're going to do one side this time, other side the next time. There we go. Tension on that towel, digging in. It's 1, 2, 3, and depending upon how hard you're pulling on that towel, I'm using my right arm here to pull. My left arm is trying to hold it back. And again, you can make this as hard as you'd like to by trying to engage as much of your muscle as you can as you go through there. Pretend you're digging through sand instead of water and just pulling. Last one. Good. And that has earned you a drink and a break and then a repeat. So let's grab that water. Okay, so we've got everything close by and handy for the next set. And all right, so as we allow ourselves a few more minutes or seconds rest here, just going to revisit our movements that we're going to repeat. So we've got our side shuffle block drill. That is then followed by our step over and then our prone breaststroke motion, engaging those shoulders and posterior chain. And then we have our iron cross for our anterior chain, our airplane for balance and stability, and then our kneeling paddle for a little bit of flexibility or mobility and strength. All right, so hopefully you've had enough time to recover, and we're gonna get to this next set. So again, gonna be in that nice athletic ready position. I'm just gonna have a little shuffle, and then we're jumping as high as we can. All right, so as we go down, we're gonna load and explode. So it's that side step, low, and explode. All right, 10 of these, here we go. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stay low, 8, 9, and 10. Great. All right, shake that out. And we now have our step overs. So I'm gonna grab my hurdle, or just my line so I know I'm stepping over, and got 10. Here we go. Up and over. Again, I'm going to keep my shoulders nice and level as I go. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Great hip flexor. Again, hip rotator exercise. Now we've got our towel out again and our breaststroke exercise. So we're down, face down. We're going to engage our upper back muscles, and we're going to go through our breaststroke motion. Okay, 10 of these, here we go. Or sorry, 20 seconds, my apologies. Up, there we go. Squeezing those shoulders, getting the chest off the ground as you bring your arms through recovery. Last one. Great stuff. All right. A little stretch. Flipping over. We have our iron cross. So again, if I face you here, a little off to the side, I'm gonna have my arms out at my shoulders and everything engages as we come up. All right, so here we go. And I'm down, we got 10, that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. As I'm going back, the slower my arms are, the more I'm going to engage that core into the stretch. 7. 2 more. Down. Up. Oh, lost focus there. Last one, best one. And up. Great stuff. All right. Get to toss those off. Now we have our airplane. Again, if you remember, we had one side that we worked on. So we're going to work on the opposite side this time. So, going to have an athletic ready position. Get that ankle, knee, hip flexed, and out into our airplane. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Great work, everybody. Stay focused. 6. 7. 8. 9. That foot of mine is starting to get warm. And 10. Do you feel your feet working to control all of that movement and rooting into the ground for your balance? Such a great feeling to know that those muscles are working. And we now have our canoe paddle again. So again, remember we had one side that we worked off of. We're going to switch and go the other way. So, got my other leg down. Again, I've got that forward lunge position, tension on the towel. We're gonna dig in as we go through, come up and around, and dig in and come up and through. All right, and we've got 10. So I'm up, tension on the towel, digging in. That's 1, 2. Again, I'm going to use my forward hand to try and pull my back arm through. My back arm is trying to slow that down. 4, 5. Again, my body's going forward as I dig in. 6, 7, 8, shoulders back, proud chest. 9 and 10. Great stuff. It's quite fun and interesting to know that we can get that much of a workout out of a towel and pretend water. I just think it's wonderful what the body can do if we think about it and give it the right incentive and right instructions. So let's have a quick drink. And we'll get to our cool down. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this workout so far as we start to just wind things down. And we're going to lead with our forward and backwards lunges. We're going to slow it down a little, going to only perform 3 each way. And just going to take that out just a little slower as we go through. And stepping back, reaching at the ground. Great. Hopefully you feel that this is a little easier the second time around and that you're a little more stable and controlled and balanced now that your body is loaded and ready to rock for the rest of the day. All right, let's switch sides. And one more. Loading forward, reaching back, looking back, and then looking down and reaching down. All right, great stuff. All right, so gonna go with our lateral lunge. This time with our lateral lunge, we're going to be doing that reach across. So I'm gonna step, I'm gonna bring my opposite arm across, touch outside my foot, drive my other arm back to the sky. All right, 3 each way. Step, reach, and reach back. Okay, that's 1. 2, and if you can get your elbow or your arm outside your knee to help push and add to that rotation, that's just adding more stretch to this, so good for you. And here we go, stepping, reaching, and stretching. Okay, it's 1, step, reach, and extension. Last one, step, reach, and extend. Great. Okay, before we drop down, I'm gonna do a little bit of a spinal roll where we're just gonna allow ourselves to chin to tuck and knees slightly bent. Gonna roll down to the ground and then just coming back up nice and slowly. A nice straight shoulder back, proud posture, and then down again. And slowly rolling up. And one more time. And then slowly back up again. All right, great stuff. You can grab those towels. We can drop them down. And we're going to do that 90-90 hip and glute stretch. So I've got my front knee bent, 90 degrees at my hip, 90 degrees at my back knee. And we're just going to allow the center of our chest to face up, square up. We're going to allow the center of our chest to just drop down to our knee. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's switch it up and go to the other side. And 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and here we go. Once you get into your stretch, you're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And just dropping over to our side. We're going to just relax, reach back, grab our ankle, and we're going to give a bit of a quad stretch. And if you remember from last week, we're going to squeeze our bum a little, and that's going to pull that knee and relax. And again, and relax, and again. 2 more times. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Last time. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Great. You can shake that out as we roll over to the other side. And again, I'm out and down. I'm reaching back, grabbing the ankle. And bum squeeze for 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. And then I relax. Again, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Relax. Again, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. 2 more times. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. And last time. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. All right. Let's just roll this on over and onto our knees. Little child's pose to end everything off. I'm going to walk those hands out. I'm going to sit back and crouch. Slide my hips back to my heels. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can just slowly come on up now. And that is a wrap for week 22 and another Olympic-themed workout. So I hope you enjoyed what we did today and are able to get to it a few more times this week. Look forward to seeing you next week as we hit up another series of movements built off of summer sports. So until next time, I hope you stay safe, enjoy what is left of the summer, and take care of yourselves. Keep sweating. See you next week. Bye now.